What is up, everyone?
So glad you're home.
A little jet lagged here. Got in last night from Japan. We were officially back home in America, back at the shop, ready to get back to work. Maybe after I get some sleep tonight, but we're here. We got work to do, and I'm happy to be home. I miss Japan, but I'm happy to be home, and I'm glad you guys enjoy the content. I got a lot of positive feedback, and it means the world to me. Amazing trip. Got to experience Japan in a whole nother way, and it was just incredible. And I can't wait to go back. We have so much more planned for the next time we go back. Get to dip our toes in some things. Next time, even crazier. But for now, we're here. We got some work to do. I was laughing because we walked in, I saw the 110 this morning, and usually this thing looks kind of nuts in America because you don't really see these yet. But like, now it feels normal.
Yeah, you saw these all week.
All week. The last 2 weeks I saw so many 110s. I think they stuck out more to me too since now I have one, and there were some good ones. 180 shell that we picked up right before I left. Like usually 180s like have a different energy here. Like, wow, that thing's cool. It sticks out. It's different, you know? And now I'm like, okay. Saw a couple of these things. Same with the damn GR86s. Like, I'm usually like, okay, cool, casual car. Went to Japan, saw these everywhere, and they're all kitted up, all wings, fancy bits, and
it'd be so cool if this thing was right-hand drive.
Yeah, that would be cool if this was right-hand drive. But now it kind of like, it's not that I was falling out of love with this car, but it's my daily driver. Just, you know, I barely washed the thing, and I'm like, I came back, I'm like, oh man, I want to spend money on my daily. This is dangerous. While I was gone, of course, the boys were putting in a bunch of work to tie some things up, and the big thing is, well, the Hunter FRS. As you guys know, we got the 2JZ FRS with a Street Hunter wide body kit. We got it fitted, we got it painted, and as we left, we needed, well, most of the car kind of just buttoned up. We had the front end on before I left, but I was gone. Spoon got the rest of the kit mounted, mocked, looking incredible, and it's like a complete car now. Getting to walk into this was wild. It looks insane. It's crazy how, you guys remember when it was in fiberglass? Like, check it out right here. The kit looked bulbous. We were all nervous. We put on, we were like, oh God.
Is this gonna be too much?
Yeah, what did we do?
Was this too much? Was it too aggressive? Was it too wide?
Well, yeah, and then we got it fitted in paint, and now you're like, okay, they killed it with this kit. I wasn't doubting the boys, but we were definitely nervous at first. The big thing about it wasn't the big panels on here, but I think it's the subtle details that really brought this kit together, and it really always is with any build, right? So if you guys remember, got the lights in the front bumper, right? It cleans up the vents, but also adds some character to it. I always love running lights and fog lights. It's always a good touch. Like, especially if you could put it to an aftermarket bumper, it goes insane. But you also got bits in the rear that also tie it together. So Spoon added the mesh inside the quarter here, which is such a nice touch because it looks OEM. Like, it's a very OEM styling mesh, and it allows it to look, I hate to use the term OEM, but like an OEM upgraded option versus just like some fiberglass bits with some holes in it, right? This is the stuff that always makes a build from ordinary to extraordinary. Like, just these little details versus it being basically a hole in the bumper, it adds up like crazy. The rear diffuser is finally on because we never actually had this on because it took quite a bit of trimming with everything we had, but we got the big juicy mufflers. Look at the trim out for these. The only thing we're really missing, of course, is we still need these because we didn't realize that we bought a newer bumper for the rear when we replaced it. So I just ordered these, and we ordered the badge up, which will go a lot. But besides that, we got the light in. The car looks insane. Now, the big thing you probably noticed was it's on different wheels. So it's currently sitting on my raised 57 DRs that are for my drift car.
Yeah.
But
I wanted to live this version now. This is the version that I would rock.
So like, this is the more, I'd say more track, more usable, one-piece wheel. It actually looks way more track car versus it being like almost like a sporty TikTok car.
Stanty show car.
Not that that's a bad thing. As you guys know, we have the work equips, the 19s that we had it mocked up on originally. We haven't seen them on with the full kit yet, but to get it to do, like, I hate how much I love it like this because it just looks like
That's why I left them on. Like, I knew you were gonna come back, the clips are gonna go back on it. So I just wanted to live this for a little bit. This is how I would rock it.
It looks so sporty with these wheels on it, so take it in, guys. Let me know what you think about this look. Obviously, the rear could use a bigger tire and a little bit of a spacer. The front looks pretty damn good. I'm pretty happy with it. Oh, I love equips. I never have excuse to put them on anything.
I hate the equips.
You don't get it, man. You don't get it. Don't. Austin, you get it.
I get it.
Thank you. This is a wheel of culture. Okay.
It cheapens the car.
Get out of here. Different strokes.
The equips are going back on it. I just wanted to live this for me. But
it does look sick. It does really look cool because every time you see one of these kits, it's always like air ride and like fancy
big,
wheels.
Fancy wheels, yeah.
But the equips are me trying to split the difference. One thing I do want to ask you guys is taillights and headlight options are killing me on this car. Now, there's so many.
So many.
And well, I don't mind like the base early headlights because it's like full chrome and I think it pops really nice with the red, but I know there's plenty of options out there, but they get corny real quick. I like your headlights a lot. Yeah. The black housings.
They would go pretty hard on here.
Like, come over here. Black housings are nice and this ring looks really cool. What headlights are these? These are newer, right?
I think those are just the Koki tail and the headlights.
Yeah, like that goes crazy. And this with the, but then the all chrome makes the red pop. The one thing we do need, we definitely need new taillights for the car. Okay, I say that, but I also don't hate the taillights because it's the same thing. I think the chrome, they're simple and the chrome pops on the red. But I know there's like sportier options out there. But you know how like when you start adding like aftermarket lights can make cars look way too modified. That's the best way to put it. So sometimes like a subtle tail.
I personally like the 17 OEM taillights.
Yeah? Let me know what you guys think.
All the ZN6 guys.
All the ZN6 guys. Let me know. We gotta put the equips on. I can't see without the equips. Let's get them on right now. Best thing is this car has a freaking 2JZ in it. Just in the rear. And bring them back. This is good stuff.
Oh, that's good.
That's good stuff. Not bad. They look huge compared to the 18 stuff. That's crazy. It kind of works with the double staggered though. Wow, those look so, like before I was like, oh, those fit the car perfect. Now they look giant, but like, it's good. It fills the wheel wells out. Also, I forgot I have a big brake kit for this car.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have the CTSV brakes for this car.
Oh, that'll be cool.
That'll be sick. I think it needs that. I mean, we have standard brakes in the front. We have big juicy wheels.
Yeah, big juicy JZ.
And big, yeah, it'd look a little torquey showing up with these crusty OEM floating brakes, wouldn't it? The wheels need a good polishing, and you know when like wheels are not polished, you're like, oh, that looks nice, and you polish them and you're like, hell yeah. So just keep that in mind, all right? They're a little dusted.
For everyone that said that I need to make this car louder, no.
That's good shit, isn't it?
I love it.
Wow. It looks tight, it looks sporty, it looks like aggressive on the one-piece wheels, but on the equips, dude, on the 19s. It's nice and chassis high, very easy to drive. So there's a big ass front splitter, fills it out super well. The whole car looks like just yeah. What's the word? That's good stuff, right? It's good soup, as they say. What do you think? You sold? Get in the pocket. Look at how well it fills it out. This thing looks like a Power Ranger.
It does. These wheels,
come on, right?
These wheels just make the kit look bigger.
Juicy, baby. We went from 2 Qs to 3 Qs. You know what I'm talking about? Like, what a car. Holy shit. He just got a 2J in it. Like, I always look at these cars and you're like, okay, it's got an FA20 in the thing. But
it's functional. You can drive this thing every day.
Yeah, it's got a nice interior. Maybe I'll put some fancy seats in it. I don't know. Like, some nice seats.
Needs tints.
Needs tints.
Needs tints.
Yeah, it needs tints. Subtle, though.
Subtle. Yeah.
Like, 25s. All right? Yeah. Can we do another set of B-roll? Like, look how good this thing looks. Clearly looks incredible.
Looks good.
Just about there. There's some small bits. We gotta figure out the light situation. It's been a good point. I like this. I like the bright silver lights until we put the chrome wheels on, and it's too much. It's too much. Maybe some stickers, tastefully done, make the car faster. At the end of the day, dude, we have this beautiful, totally functional wide body FRS with a 2JZ and a Toyota things ready to drive to California and back right now.
Yeah.
It's just such a good freaking combo. Like, any other suggestions, I would love to hear from you guys, but I think this thing is pretty freaking cool.
It is gonna get sanded and buffed.
Like, on camera, it probably looks fine. It's not bad. It's not bad off the gun.
No, off the gun it's great, but I can tell.
But it's definitely now in dire need of some sick street rollers and ripping around. It needs to. I want to drive it really bad. So we're gonna have to wait for we'll wait for some good weather so we can pull it out and have some fun with it and really get a look for it on the road, because cars look cool sitting, but even cooler rolling. But for now, we're gonna close the hood and we got some other stuff going on. Quick interruption, because of course, guys, while I was away, we did a fresh drop. We did our Japan tea. Every time I go to Japan, we gotta do commemorative tea. It's just such a vibe. It's such a good time. And this one I thought was really cool. This kind of encompasses the whole idea of like kind of getting to drive around Japan and mod the car as we go, and just like that energy of just, it's like a video game, right? Like, it literally felt like a video game. It was such a dream. Like,
where are you gonna go to get your Picari sweat?
Yeah, exactly. So the tee on top of that, this is probably my favorite blank we've used so far. Like, I love wearing this t-shirt. I know that's absolutely huge. So very stoked on this one. We have a hat to go with it too.
Good design.
Good design. We love it. And of course, guys, we had the Boost Weather Drop tee right now, where we did a crew neck, which is nice. It's like, I like crew necks. They're not as busy as a hoodie. They're cozier. One of my favorite parts is we did the little sleeve print. Sleeve print always goes super hard. We have some other small bits, some stickers and everything with it, but the main things are the t-shirts and the hat. So hot below, shop to mail before they're gone. And on top of that, I always bring back my Ebisu driving passes. I'm gonna sign these and throw them in a few orders, something that's just cool to hang up on the wall. This was in my car, Ebisu, this is my day pass. Like, how cool are these things? I wanted to bring some bits from my car, but I kind of ran out of spots in my suitcase. But I have the original shift knob at minus 15, so I'm gonna throw this in one of the orders too. So if you guys order anything in the next 3 days, I'll throw these in some random orders. So hot below, shop to mail, and well, don't miss out on our fresh drop. So it's officially time that we jump back into the pro car.
The abandoned pro car?
The abandoned pro car. It's what it is, you know.
The barn find?
The barn find pro car. Should I clickbait this video? As you guys know, we had good progress on this thing early in the season. We jumped off this thing and focused more on the cars that honestly we just wanted to drive this season. But I guess it's just blunt as it really is. And also realized that I probably couldn't afford building a pro car, but it's different. Okay, so there's a long list of things to do, but the next thing that we want to do on the list was the firewall, right? Since we have a fuel cell back here, we need to make a firewall so the cabin is split between the fuel cell and me. Right, you don't want the gas tank and you in the same environment, so that's what a firewall is here for. That will be fully made out of metal, so Spoon has been spending some time in making some cardboard templates. There's a lot of things that need to tie into. Between the shape of the floor, the quarters, to account for around the cage and around the glass itself, it gets very intricate on the S chassis on a lot of cars, and so
I mean, there's a million different ways to do it. I think I spent the last 2 years looking at about 1,000+ firewalls.
there's so many. Every car is different.
I don't go to Drift Masters just to have fun, all right? It's research.
The amount of photos I think I have on my phone too from like events, I'm just like, as long as we get this thing sealed up between me and the fuel cell and allow myself to have room for other components, we're good.
I didn't want to go straight up because then you have this much of a rear window.
And it looks kind of goofy.
And it looks goofy.
It looks goofy. It's hard because the S15, the S14, you gotta split it.
Yeah.
Like you have to split your window and it could look very
tacky
quick. Trying to find the balance of ease, functionality, and
serviceability.
And lack of tackiness.
A little bit of style.
A little bit of style. I've seen guys just completely delete their back window on the S chassis.
No, I'm
not a big fan of it. So we'll basically have like a half Lexan, and then
the biggest thing was getting the fuel cell in and out.
Talking about there's a million different ways to do it. Now, one thing I see, which I loved, which was on Adam's E36, is they actually put their fuel cell right here. So it helps even out the balance of the chassis and the balance of the driver weight, but what they did was they actually enclosed their small fuel cell with a box. So they were able to kind of leave the car looking normal. They didn't have to like half cut anything. And they just basically made this box for their fuel cell. For this car, doesn't really fit with our whole package here. So we're gonna keep it with the OG method of S chassis fuel cell firewall, and that is splitting the back window. Top half of the firewall is cut in place, but now we just can't get this thing in as a flat piece of metal. It doesn't look cool. So,
and it would be extremely tinny.
What do you mean by tinny?
exactly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll die. What's the term for it?
Bead roll it.
We're gonna bead roll it, which is, you guys have seen it. It's when you have the dimples in the sheet metal. Not only does it add a lot of strength to the piece itself, it also, well, looks a lot cooler. We have the shape already marked into the lower panel. See this right here? We're gonna make a shape in the upper, and then we're gonna roll it and hopefully not mess it up and ruin this beautiful panel that was just made. So the good thing about it is, as long as it's symmetrical, it'll be fine.
In theory.
In theory, yeah. All right, we got the pattern. Now it's time to not mess it up. When does Brian get off his lunch break? This seems like a very Brian job,
I would love for Brian to do this.
Pre-B-rolled inspection. A little bit of this, or a little bit of this. Oh, yeah, hit it with.
Can you hear it?
Time to put the blood on Brian's hands.
So happy it's not me.
Yeah, right. Johnny.
It's fucking nice.
Yeah, you gotta love good friends with good tools. What do you think, Johnny? A little thick?
Yeah, she's a little thickened.
Oh, nothing to do but the.
Is this a scrap piece?
Yeah.
Alright, so just trying that first. That's pretty thick shit.
That's not doing a lot.
It's too thick.
Is it too thick? Yeah. Don't tell me that.
I don't want to fuck this tool up.
So we got a thinner piece to give it a shot on, and this is the look that we're going for, right? A little dimple that, now I mean, this was flimsy, and look how tight this little thing is with just this little bevel in it. Exactly. So the Firewall was made a little on the thick side, too much that we can't actually dimple with the die, so we're gonna go with a thinner gauge steel. We're probably 2 gauges too high, which is good though, because not only is it gonna save us weight, but it's gonna be a lot easier to work with. Luckily, there's a steel yard not too far from us, so we're gonna pick up some new steel. Now we got some nice metal templates, and we'll try again. It's just the growing pains of building a car at this caliber. Yeah, this is part of it. That's it, you know. You learn, and you're good for the next one. Logan Steel, baby. You weren't here for the Logan Steel saga, were you?
No.
I feel like there was a point in my life where I was coming here like at least once a week.
Building this Honda?
Just building, I don't know what, just building things. Do a bunch of sandblasting and powder coat work for me. I've had a good relationship with these guys for many years, and it's like cool to still be able to come back here and rely on them. It's just like a good old family-owned business that just gets shit done, you know what I mean? It's been a long time since we've done this, but they have this thing here called the Bargain Barn, and they do a lot of industrial steel pieces and a lot of like big job pieces. They do laser cutting, plasma cutting, CNCing everything here, and so like the scraps from all those projects end up in the Bargain Barn. You could buy them, so it's almost like kind of like a DIYer's like dream. They'll just have the random cuts. Like, I don't know what I can make with this, but you could sit here and ponder. I feel like being a dude, you get a welder, you get some cuts of steel, you're like, I can make something with this. I don't know what. Like, every time I come here, I'll just buy like a stack of something like this, because like one day, I don't know what I'm gonna use this for, but I'll use it for something, you know? You wanna make it a little anniversary gift? Maybe get like a C and an A and like a, I don't know how long you've been together for. Oh, here's a little J. We should tack this on the Firewall, the Dorbs. How to build race cars. Hold up, that intake is crazy. That shit looks fast.
Very expensive template. That took a long time to make.
Well, it's thinner, so it's easier to cut, but it still takes a while, so we'll do a little bit of a, like nothing ever happened. Let's see if Johnny's machine has enough nut to dimple this stuff.
got this?
I have no idea what. Is it working? Yeah, it's working. Is it good? A little bit more?
Yeah. There's some more. There's some more.
There's some more. No. Cause the turn is the hard part.
Turn is the hardest part.
Come on. I feel like oh yeah. There you go, baby. I'm going cross-eyed looking at this shit. I'm gonna bang this out so good. Johnny's gonna hire me. Let's see.
Yeah, we don't need Brian. Who needs Brian?
Who needs Brian anyways?
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
It's not great. It's not bad. When it's in the back of a car and it's painted, you won't see it.
That's pretty good.
We just gotta count the turns.
Yeah.
I think so we can get the.
Get the consistent dimple.
Honestly, feel how strong this thing is now. Just from that. That's crazy. We'll get out of Johnny's hairs.
Question is which one you starting with. Top ones you see the most.
Yeah, but it's the slightest panel.
I know.
Will this reach all the way in there?
Hoping we have enough. You nervous?
Yeah. No.
No. We gotta count them. Alright, so that's snug.
Yep.
1.
2. Support the weight. Is that enough? The dimple? Okay, slow now. It's not like we have 10 feet of this to do. Okay, straight line. Dude, I need to wear an eye patch for this. Okay, first turn, Spoon. There's so many dudes that do this for a living that are probably just
Cringing.
Cringing or laughing? I don't know. This is a lot trickier than the last piece.
Dang, your first one was pretty crispy though.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because that one felt like I was fucking it up the whole time.
Yeah, you got this.
Keep going. Keep going. It feels like a lot, but it like takes it. Keep going. Was that pathetic? Not too bad. Okay, so going back over it, we'll hammer and dolly that. But
Yeah.
if you flip it this way, you would never know. Keep going. Keep going. Right. People make this look so fucking easy, bro. I'll give it a C+.
I give it a B. Solid B. Solid.
Solid B? Okay, all right, bet.
We got 2 more.
Keep going right there. Hold it right there.
See, you guys figured it out.
Look at that.
Looks good.
Thanks, B.
Nice job.
Other side, I think, will be prettier.
To be honest, a lot of times, like stuff like this will happen, but you just hammer and dolly that a little bit.
Yeah, you want
Like this little kink, that can be fixed.
It's just crazy how like it goes from like a sheet of metal to something like really cool looking with just some dimples in it. And honestly, like yeah, super strong. That's sick. Makes your little thin 18 gauge steel into something pretty sturdy, and it looks cool as hell. See, there we go. A little firewall action.
That is dope.
Keeping it safe, you know. We're dimpled, boys. We're dimpled. Now, obviously, they're a little wonky and stuff with the metal bedding, but as we hold it in place, tack it around all the edges, it'll tighten up into place. It'll feel solid and look straight, but for now, that's pretty badass. I give props to people who are good at that, because that was not easy. Huge step in the right direction. This is a huge chunk of one of the pieces of the car I think we were dreading honestly the most, but it's coming together pretty good. A bunch of tacking, a bunch of hammering, a bunch of fitting to do on this piece, but huge step in the right direction. We're back from Japan, and the big story here is the fact that we're getting back to work on the pro car. I'm so pumped. We have so many of the components, and a lot of it's gonna come together really quickly. As we get a bunch of this little stuff done, a bunch of the big stuff will come back together, and it'll start to look like a car, almost like this. As you see it right now, it might just look like a jungle gym of metal, but we have the rear end set up. We have the entire drivetrain essentially. We have all of the suspension, and as we tidy up these bits, we'll do some stuff in the interior. We could start assembling all the big stuff for good and seeing as a whole car. We should be able to make this thing a roller probably within the next 2 weeks, next week actually, which is insane to see this thing as a roller with the drivetrain in it. Next is getting the seat fitted so I can get the shifter, the handbrake, the steering column, all of that fitted. And once that's all fitted, we can paint the inside, paint the underneath, and we can get the drivetrain in and just go from there. Then it's just speed rolling. It might look like we're still like a year worth of work out, but honestly, a lot of the big moves are about to be made, and I couldn't be more excited. I hope you guys are pumped on the Pro Car stuff. It's been a shame to see it sitting like this. Now that we finally have some time as the year dwindles down and we caught up on everything, it's about damn time. Huge moves on the FRS. The car looks absolutely incredible. Some final bits here and there, and we'll see this thing on the road looking like an absolute dream car. So of course, guys, if you have any suggestions with some lights, let me know, because there is a very fine line between nice and corny when it comes to that car. Having a hard time picking, but for now, of course, don't forget to cop one of the new Japan drop tees before they're all sold out. So hop below, shop Jimmy and don't miss out, and have those Christmas gifts ready, girlfriends.
That was a good plug.
But for now, you guys are the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and we'll see you guys very shortly.